Hello and welcome to Jennifer Woodburn Nutrition. You're here because you're interested in the MRT or Food Sensitivity Panel. So let me explain a little bit first about what the test does. This is not a food allergy test. So it's not measuring like anaphylaxis or severe hive reaction to a food that's immediate. By this point in your life, you can probably figure out what food you're immediately allergic to, like peanuts make your throat close up, or tomatoes give you hives within 30 minutes. Those are food allergies. That's an IgM response. What we're measuring on the mediator release test is an IgG response. So this is more your adaptive immune system as opposed to your innate immune system. It's learned food sensitivities that happen, years and years and years after your gut lining has started to deteriorate. And you've got these, intestinal permeability issues where proteins can leak through from your small intestine into the bloodstream where they're not supposed to go. And your immune system's like, whoa, wait a second. We are seeing this protein as an invader, as something that should not be here, because proteins don't belong in your bloodstream. They belong in your digestive tract. So these are more food sensitivities or intolerances because it's a delayed immune response. And again, we're measuring IgG as opposed to IgM. The test is really cool because it's testing your blood against each one of the 170 substances that are on the MRT test. So in a test tube goes your blood, just a little bit, along with the proteins for each one of these substances. And if your blood increases in volume, that means you're having an immune response to any one of these substances. So sometimes people are like, well, I don't ever eat green peppers, so why am I intolerant to green peppers? And I'm like, well, your body still has this, adaptive immune response to it, even if it's something that you don't eat or don't eat often, because your immune system is on overdrive, so it's overactive. And that is what this test measures. So when you take this test, you will go to the lab that I assign you to, whatever town you're in. You will take the test kit with you. There's a requisition form inside that has your name, my name, and the name of our recommending doctor, because I'm not a doctor, so I can't diagnose, treat, or prescribe, but I operate under a medical professional. And then you'll take your blood sample result to FedEx. So you're already paying for overnight biohazard shipping with your test kit, and the test arrives to a lab at like about a day later. So you don't want to take this test on a Friday or a Saturday. You cannot ship on a Saturday or Sunday because the lab is closed. So make sure that you're taking the test Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, if at all possible. And it doesn't matter if you take it in the morning or the afternoon, if you're on the West Coast especially. So that's all the logistics. I'll get your blood test back about 5 business days after you remit your sample results. And then you and I will meet together. We'll have a 45-minute results and recommendation session where we go over all of this information and what I want to do with you dietarily, from a supplement perspective, from a rest perspective, from a sleep perspective, all the things that are causing imbalance in the body, manifesting in, really worsened gut integrity in these food intolerances. So I just wanted to share with you what a test looks like. You can see here we're testing for different chemicals. This particular person is sensitive to nitrates and nitrites, so anything that is preservatives in food, she is going to be really sensitive to. Then we also look at beans, nuts, legumes, and seeds, and she's super sensitive to soy. Soy is in everything. Every processed food, health foods are full of things like soy protein isolate. You cannot get away from GMO soy in the United States, and that's why I see soy pop up as a very sensitive food for most of my clients. But over here in the vegetable component, you can see here, wow, she's really sensitive to Brussels sprouts. And this particular client told me she loves Brussels sprouts and she was eating them all the time. However, her body does not love Brussels sprouts. And when she's ingesting them, her body's mounting an immune response. So this can manifest as headaches. It can be fatigue. It can be nagging skin conditions. It can be lowered immunity just in general. So again, these symptoms don't appear until somewhere between 4 and 72 hours later. And that's why sometimes you can't attribute your migraine that you get on a Thursday to the Brussels sprouts that you ate on a Monday night or a Tuesday. That's why this test is so powerful. Tomatoes, white potatoes, she's sensitive to those as well. When I look at the MRT, I'm not looking for certain and specific foods. I'm actually looking for patterns. So white potatoes and tomatoes are actually really high in solanine. They're also high in lectin. lectins, and they're a nightshade. So we know that this particular person probably has a nightshade sensitivity, so I'd remove most of those from the diet just so she has a better chance of restoring balance in her gut and in her body. Now in the fruit section, she's sensitive to grapefruits and oranges, and pineapple's pushing up toward, that moderately reactive level. This means that she's got, some sensitivity with acidic fruits. And that actually is something that she did give me some clinical correlation with. Her body doesn't like the acid that comes with those, grapefruit, oranges, citrus fruits. So we remove those from the diet for a period of time, work on restoring gut integrity, and then eventually add some of these foods back in. We're also looking at flavor enhancers. Garlic and parsley are out for her. We're looking at seafood. It's so funny to me how most people are like, well, I don't eat seafood anyway. I'm like, well, that's fine. That's your choice. But there are so many great things found in seafood like iodine and zinc and B vitamins. So if the MRT shows that you can eat it, I'd encourage you to maybe include more of it in the diet. Then meats and poultry, you can see here, she's sensitive to turkey and egg yolk. And she was, laughing and crying at this at the same time because her breakfast every morning was ground turkey with scrambled eggs and her body just didn't like it. And so removing these foods from her diet really started to help her anxiety, which was very encouraging to both of us. Grains, she's sensitive to rye. And I don't always see if somebody has a gluten, allergy that it pops up on the grain sensitivity component of the MRT. But usually if you're working with me, that's something that we're going to take you off of anyways. We've got some miscellaneous foods, things like coffee and cocoa and tea. Don't shoot the messenger if it comes back that you're sensitive to coffee and chocolate. And then also finally dairy. Now, if I see cow's milk pop up as a sensitivity for anyone, I'm going to be removing you dairy from your diet just in general because it is a highly inflammatory food, especially for women, especially if you have histamine issues or estrogen dominance. So the MRT is a great test, but I love to run it as part of a full suite of testing. One test doesn't generally give us all the answers we're looking for, but this can be a really, really powerful test for gut issues, for mood issues, and for skin issues. So thanks for listening. I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.